Hello dear cybernauts, you're welcome to another episode with Lex Nature Opibos. In this brand new episode, we decided to throw more lights on renewable energies, also called renewable natural resources. I hope that this is going to really assist the last two episodes in which some people had difficulties understanding what we refer to as renewable energies. Now, when we talk about renewable energies in Cameroon as a case study, we are referring to biomass, we are referring to hydraulic energy, we are referring to wind energy, we are referring to geothermal energy, we are referring to photovoltaic solar energy, we are referring to solar thermal energy. So all of these energies are clearly enumerated in Article 63 of the Electricity Law, specifically that of number 896/BJL/AN of 15 November 2011. So in this very episode of today, I went a little further to clear all doubts, to make things a little more understandable. I decided to bring to you the definition of most of these various types of renewable energies. To start with, I decided to bring to you wind energy. So when we talk about wind energy, what is it actually? As far as renewable natural resources is concerned, when we mention wind energy, we are referring to the energy that is mechanically derived from these masses of wind which are blowing across the atmosphere. So when we're talking about solar thermal energy, what is that all about? Solar thermal energy is that energy that is gotten from the sun. That heat energy which is gotten from the sun and converted into electricity. How is it converted into electricity? That's for the scientists to know. But if I will very briefly explain what I understand, this particular heat energy is actually stored in super insulated tanks. These tanks are filled with either molten salt or graphite, and this can retain energy excellently well. So it now from those tanks, being most times a heat exchanger, these particular tanks gradually release this energy, this heat energy, which is used as electrical energy. That's after being transformed into electrical energy in the heat exchanger. So for those of us who have had to live in areas where you have to conserve energy to use at some later time, you will understand that things like inverters are really part of this particular solar thermal energy, because we have to collect heat energy from the sun, conserve it, then later convert it to electrical energy, though it will be used for things that don't use heavy energy, because it gives out energy only in very small amounts per time. So we see that we need to develop other appliances that could carry more than enough heat energy. So we also have photovoltaic solar energy. What is photovoltaic solar energy? Photovoltaic solar energy is very similar to solar thermal energy, but the difference here is that as far as photovoltaic solar energy is concerned, it basically deals with conversion of sun rays, ordinary rays or sunlight, into electrical energy. So it is just the rays of the sun that are used in this particular case. What makes it to actually gain that particular ground is that there are photosensible receptors or semiconductors that are used most times in a solar panel, and it converts this sun energy or solar energy or sunlight into electrical energy for our use. So we've spoken about solar thermal, we've spoken about photovoltaic energy, we've spoken about wind energy, but we haven't spoken about geothermal energy. Now, talking about geothermal energy, what exactly is this? This is energy that is mechanical energy that is gotten from underneath the Earth's crust. This mechanical energy gotten from underneath the Earth's crust is from the heat which exists in the Earth's crust. Reason why you get geo for earth and thermal for heat. So geothermal energy is gotten beneath the Earth's crust. We also have biomass. This particular biomass refers to the energy that is gotten from combustion of organic material. I know that science students will relate better with this topic I'm bringing up, because as far as Lex Naturae Opibus is concerned, this is a little too deep, because it has very little to do with students who are into the domain of law. Ours is to know which energy, which law it comes from, where we can find it, where we can use it. But getting into this explanation is because there was a need to make you understand why our code brought it under renewable energies. So as I was saying about biomass derived from the combustion of organic material on a liquid. So these organic substances are found on fluid or liquid, and then they're converted into some form of vapor. It is this vapor that causes turbines to turn and then generate electricity. So now, depending on the quantity of organic material that are brought into that situation where they have to undergo combustion, science students know better how combustion just means burning. I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to enter there being a legal of the legal field. All I know is that there is combustion of organic material on fluid, and this combustion brings about vapor which turns turbines and generate electricity. So basically, we've spoken about biomass, we've spoken about wind energy, we've spoken about geothermal energy, we've spoken about hydraulic energy. Hydraulic just means water. Hydraulic energy basically is it only refers to gravitational kinetic energy, which means that it is the energy that we harness from the movement of water downwards. So as water is pouring downwards, the force with which the water comes, right, the scientists have their way of collecting energy out of that force, which is what they call gravitational kinetic energy. Gravitational for downward movement, kinetic for movement, of course, and then the energy generated from that particular motion. So this brings us to the 6 different types of renewable energies. Now, it's important for you to know that in Cameroon, these 6 energies are clearly defined in Article 5 of the same law of 896/PJL/AN of 15 November 2011. So remember, this is the electricity law. So just because the electricity law of Cameroon encapsulates both the presence of, or it identifies renewable energies in Article 63 and then defines them in Article 5, doesn't give any definition as to whether electricity is a renewable natural resource. We haven't gotten into that detail. However, by these definitions that are elaborated, I know that it's already clear that electricity is a renewable natural resource. But as a legal mind, I would like you to know that it is very arguable, because the coal that we get from non-renewable natural resources is used to generate electricity also. So it's a very, very, very debatable topic. Reason why we will go according to the territory where we are found. And in Cameroon, the renewable natural resource or renewable energy is found in the electrical law. So that's the specificity I had to bring today. So hoping that this little explanation made it a little clearer and sweeter. I was very pleased to make this particular point very clear, because it was a little disturbing, because I thought that in my previous episode I had clearly expatiated on renewable energies, but it was really a pleasure reading from you viewers and noticing that you're following up, because this question made me to go on and then elaborate. I actually thought that it was important to just give a skeleton of what we needed to know, and then according to the questions that come up, you'll get it more. So the further you follow us, the deeper you make us go, bring your material to you. So I hope that this Article 63 and Article 5 too are going to be of great help to any legal consultant in the field. So hoping you had a very wonderful time with me. I remain your specialist in energy and natural resources law, Barrister Egbe Eyamaku. Thank you.